I'm gonna take a fat guess and say if you're watching this video, you're in a similar situation to the one I was in not too long ago.
Once you've found the right doctor and have told him or her about your pain, don't be afraid to
15, 20 years old, maybe you just graduated high school. You're watching all your friends and peers go into trades to make some good money right off graduating, or they're going into college to have fun and party for another 4 years. And then there's you, with no ideas or any plans for the future. Not an ideal situation for anyone to be in. This was me in 2022. After losing the safety net of the school system, I'm faced with adult life with no clear path laid out for me. Nothing but social media and video games to distract me from this fact. If that's you, don't feel bad. This is the reality for a lot of young adults in 2025, sadly. Growing up, I was never one of those kids vaping or smoking weed at 13 years old. No, I lean towards another vice that can be similarly destructive. At an age I can't even remember, I was hard hooked on gaming. It was my means of escape, and it might be yours too. This made me spend years of my life not chasing a dream or learning a skill, but feeding a dopamine machine that has so many of us in its grasp. Consider yourself lucky though, because I got lucky too. I took interest in what at the time was just a small little rising niche on the internet. Self-improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Just when I needed it most, I came across creators and their fan bases that were going through the same exact thing that I was. They were going through the same struggles as me, giving rise to new ambitions that I wouldn't have dreamed of a year prior. I knew a change needed to be made. Sitting in my room stagnant for my whole life, changing nothing. What can you do? Where better to start than kicking a lifelong addiction? I spent that new year doing what a lot of aspiring guys think about doing. Hanging up the sticks, seeking true purpose and ambition for myself, finally. Something I'd been thinking about for quite a while at that point, which, along with some reasons I'll get to, made me quit cold turkey like it never even happened. Finally getting rid of this vice that took up hours of my time every single day. When I did this, I completely cut off my whole friend group. Cut ties with everybody. Numbers blocked, unadded on social media, everything. Completely cut off. Isolated myself. You probably feel the same way I did. I wanted change, and I was actually pretty desperate for it. And desperate times do call for desperate measures, so it needed to be done. So ostracizing myself, becoming the social weirdo with no friends, it was just part of the plan. And freeing myself from that virtual curse made me realize a few things. One of them being, I was only friends with those people because I needed to be. We just so happened to have a few classes together in school. Yeah, sure, we ate lunch together. Yeah, maybe they made me laugh my ass off a few times. But I was changing personally. My morals, my values that hold me together fundamentally, completely changing. And the future I saw for myself was changing too. This meant I had nothing in common with those guys anymore. This severed our bond completely. At first, it was because we had a mutual friend, school. We needed to be friends. We were both friends with school, so you see what I mean? And then it was the mutual friend of video games, a shared vice that we could both keep each other company while indulging in. And now there's nothing. And to sit there and let people who don't share your ideologies at all influence you, that doesn't serve you at all. That's just honestly counterproductive. So you quit the games. Now what? With nothing to do, your first instinct might be to grab your phone and start scrolling, but that kind of defeats the purpose of the quitting games thing. So here's what I did. Fitness! Like, I'd never even taken the slightest interest towards fitness growing up. Never did. I was a skinny, scrawny fuck, and just enough girls took a liking to that because they were brain dead enough. And that, coupled with the fact that I could eat anything without getting weight, I just didn't care. I thought working out was useless to me. I had no desire to change myself in that way. If I hadn't made this change, I might not have ever touched a dumbbell in my life. So with the absence of the reward system that video games can supply you with, you need something to replace it. So I did mine with a fitness journey. All it took was some humble push-ups in my room. I didn't need a flashy gym membership or like all the craziest equipment. If you really mean what you say and you want to change, some push-ups in your room will be proof of that. Constantly being bombarded by the flashy, low-risk achievements that mean nothing in video games, it can distract you from this. It makes you miss out. Working out has been and will continue to be one of the most fun things that myself and any other guy can do. To just lean into your natural inclination to see how strong you can be in your own body. This is the reason we all had a superhero we looked up to when we were growing up. Everyone wants to be strong. Everyone wants to look cool. That's why you look up to Spider-Man fucking stopping trains with his raw strength, or swinging through the fucking streets with his cool rockin' bod. Looking cool while he does it. What am I talking about? Everyone wants to be strong. Everyone wants to look cool. You could just ask any random fatso in Walmart, or even a kid who was like me, scrawny, skinny as fuck. Don't you want to be strong and capable in your own body? If they could trade their body for a more fit one, they would do it in a heartbeat. So nothing but my own inadequacies to keep me company, I started this fitness journey, and I think I'd made some pretty good results for myself so far. It's amazing. I felt amazing. I need to share this with people. I need to tell everyone. Everyone needs to know. Everyone needs to know. I need to tell my friends. Wait. My friends. Oh. I don't have those anymore. I don't have any friends. I'm alone. Shit. See, I left out a few details about leaving my friends behind. One of the things you need to look out for when you make such a drastic change in yourself and your beliefs is the shock factor of people around you. It's the same thing, like when you change your hair for the first time in a while. You show up to work or school, everyone's like, whoa, what the hell? Oh, what's this? Oh, the low taper fade? It's same thing. Same thing, right? So when I had this change in my mindset all those years ago, it wasn't received very well by my friend group. My peers looked at me so judgingly, I almost felt like I was doing the wrong thing. One of these friends, my best friend, I had been talking to him about starting to work out, doing the whole fitness thing together. He wanted to lose weight, I wanted to gain weight. I wanted to gain it. We ended up going to the gym a few times together, but the only problem was he just didn't care as much as me. He liked the idea of losing his stomach fat more than actually losing it. I tried to keep him consistent with me. I would ask him every day to the point of genuinely annoying him. I wanted him to join me on this path, but there was always an excuse. Eventually, he started taking this sentiment pretty badly. We fell out hard. Like, bro, he swung on me. You think you're better than us? You're a fucking tryhard. You're such a dickhead. Why you're body shaming me? If you're faced with the same amount of drama that I was in that situation, you need to ask yourself, are my ambitions and morals worth less than fitting in with these people? I chose my own way. So for the first time in over a decade, I'm alone. No friends, no girlfriend, no one to talk to, no one to hang out with, no one to laugh with. And to tell you the truth, I was grateful for this. You might be familiar with the term, hard times create strong men. Hard times are an absolute necessity for building characters, especially as a young adult. Spending time in solidarity as a man, just working on yourself and figuring out what you really want to do, it can be really lonely when you're still young, figuring things out, nobody to relate to. This becomes even more true the bigger your ambitions, because the more extreme your goals, the less people you can relate with. If you're sat there and all you can think about is how I'm going to achieve success in life, if that's all you're thinking about, you're not thinking about Skibbity Riz, Fortnite, fucking who won the NBA game last night. You're not thinking about that. So you become weird to everyone else around you. You become the outcast. And I was. I remember that New Year's going on a walk in the park by myself. All the fireworks were going crazy. Quite the spectacle. I was wondering, I wonder how drunk the boys are at the New Year's party right now. I knew I made the right choice. So these times need to be bitterly accepted. One of the first things I did when I went ghost, I'm not lying, it's kind of cringe. I grabbed a notebook and I wrote down all the things I was grateful to them for. They're still good people. I still like them. I don't hate them. I wish the best for them. They were my boys. They helped me through some tough times. I didn't want to hate them. I wish our goodbye could have been more graceful. But the Irish goodbye is more my thing. So when I say no video games for 6 months in the title, what I really mean is 6 months alone. It's okay to be alone. When you're alone, there's nobody holding you back but yourself. There's no outside influence to dictate what you want. You have a clearer mind. That summer I spent grinding in the gym and sat at my desk reading my Bible. A newfound faith. I'd never been one to believe in God, but it was a new infatuation with life. Now my perception isn't limited to a 24-inch screen. When you get rid of this dopamine machine in your life, it makes room for new things for you to find that you actually enjoy. Maybe you've always enjoyed. I used to love to draw as a kid, but it was replaced by this f***ing gaming ball. All I did was draw as a kid. Literally all I did. I went back to it during that time period. I got really good at it. Before I knew it, I filled up 3 sketchbooks during that period of my life. I improved my drawing capabilities so much. You know what I liked to do in that time period while drawing? Listening to podcasts. I like me a good podcast or two, opening my eyes to an even deeper rabbit hole that was slowly appearing on the radar. Men's mental health crisis. Some men don't get as lucky. Some guys don't take interest in this sort of thing. They continue down the path of degeneracy, of quick dopamines, the drinking, the games, the weed. They never find this, or they don't take interest in it. Life can be so bleak and miserable when you go down that path. You're not creating anything of value. You're not doing anything substantial. It's detrimental to mental health. These guys they're being tricked. Their natural urges are being suppressed. Don't compete, don't be loud, don't be brazen, don't take risks. Just be good boys, smoke weed, work 8 hours a day for the rest of your life. Pushed far enough away from their natural inclinations that they deem life not worth living anymore. This is the reality. We lose thousands of guys a year to this. Even as I speak, somebody might have made that choice. And it could have been prevented. You just need some sense slapped into you sometimes. So what, you think you're not good enough and you're not worth it? You're missing the point. If you think you're not worth it, you can become worth it. So, finally kicking the gaming bullshit, I found what I want to do. Finally. Returning to my creative roots of drawing and creating art. I used to create art from nothing but a blank page. And now I can do it with my voice and a mouse. It's pretty cool. I used to want to be a comic book artist. I wanted to inspire people through subliminal messages on fucking panels, but that wouldn't be very effective, so videos it is, I guess. The world is a grim, bleak place. It's only getting worse year by year. More men and women are being hopelessly victimized by the rat race bullshit. 12 years of school, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, just to get cycled into the same exact method for 40 more years in a job that 9 times out of 10 you aren't really even passionate about. Fuck that. I don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody actually wants that. They're just made to believe it because it's what society demands. Play your part in the rat colony for the rest of your life. I think we're meant for more than that. You realize that too, don't you? So what if you're alone? So what if you're the weirdo fucking self-improvement guy that's trying too hard? Let me tell you, my friend, there are thousands of guys just like you. You're on the right path. If you're still stuck in the dopamine cycle, if you're still smoking weed, if you're hard addicted to your phone, if you're hard addicted to games, it would serve you well. Give it a rest. Go for a detox. Spend some time with your own thoughts. It lets your purpose be revealed to you. Because the quick dopamine, all it is a distraction. Feeling good now always distracts us from what truly matters. So it's okay to be alone. Embrace it. My phone's about to die.